Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to today's news.
Ooh, you added a word in there.
No, I do that sometimes. I try to, a little variation at least. I try to do the cadence a little different too.
All right, so we're 22 days out from Andor. Yay!
Yay, Andor.
Andor. All right.
It's already got a theme song too.
No. All right, let's move on. Then Star Wars Rogue One becomes the highest grossing, one of the highest grossing IMAX releases ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
A surprise to be sure.
It's in honor of the upcoming show, Andor.
There's a relation between the two?
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, was re-released in theaters this weekend.
And we were gonna go see it until we found out no IMAX theaters in our area were showing it for some reason.
Well, it'll be in theaters till Thursday.
Is it in all theaters or just IMAX?
Just IMAX,
okay.
And it's just select, apparently.
Yes, very
select. Yeah, because there weren't, like you said, there weren't none nearby. I didn't want to drive 5 hours to watch a movie. Not a movie I've already seen and can watch at home anytime because we have it on.
I'm kidding. I didn't want to go either. I love Rogue One, but I didn't want to drive 5
No, we're
even to
going
see
to
it in IMAX.
rewatch it comfortably at home.
Yeah, we are very comfortably on the couch. Yes.
Yes.
Something to be said for watching.
With some popcorn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You making it, or are we
Sure.
just nuking it in
Air
the microwave?
popper.
Oh yeah,
No.
we do have that air popper.
The air popper is totally better than.
No, I like to do
I
it
like
old
it better than
school,
microwave.
in a pot on the stove.
No, air popper, melt some butter, drizzle it on, a little bit of salt, you're good.
Little coconut oil in a pan. You pop it the old-fashioned way.
Air pop. All right, moving on. We don't need to have this discussion. With the return of Rogue One to IMAX, the screenings also included a sneak peek at Andor. Ooh, the one thing I would have wanted to find.
I thought you were going to say the one thing you wanted to see, as if you didn't want to actually see Rogue One again.
No, I hunted around online for it, and I am not as good as hunting around online for things that get deleted very quickly, I guess. Oh, well.
Finding things online is a pathway. No.
No.
Never mind.
But love for Rogue One is obviously still incredibly strong, as it became one of the highest grossing IMAX releases ever. According to Collider, Rogue One hit 250 domestic IMAX theaters this weekend and grossed $1 million in ticket sales, which pushed the overall IMAX earnings to $105 million, which makes Rogue One of the top 10 highest grossing movies to be released in IMAX.
250 theaters, and not a one of them within 5 hours. Or
No.
closest being 5 hours. Thanks, guys.
It was harsh. There's even some near us. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. Tony Gilroy, in a recent chat with Variety, talked about the series and explained why there won't be any fan service. In fact, he actually told the outlet that folks don't need to be a fan of Star Wars to enjoy the show. You should be able to watch the show and not give a shit about Star Wars ever, or have ever even seen any Star Wars. This show should work on its own. The hope, the dream, is that the really hardcore Star Wars community will embrace the show in a new way, that they'll be thrilled to have someone come in and completely, uncynically, get down molecularly in their world and treat it like a real thing. I would like Star Wars treated like a real thing.
Yeah. Yes, I mean...
I agree with that part of the quote entirely.
I love and hate his words here, because I do think... Like I've said before, I think the sequels almost tried too hard to be Star Wars. At least the first, the middle, and the last one. At least the first and the last one. The middle one tried too hard not to be Star Wars. So I don't know.
This sounds like it's going to be treating Star Wars as a real thing. Like they're going to get down and gritty into the details.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
But they also don't want to shoehorn the fact that if you do not love Star Wars, if you don't know every facet of it, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, which is also good in a sense, but it does still have to be Star Wars. And I mean, it's going to have like Rebellion and the Empire. It's going to automatically feel like Star Wars. So no, I really like the fact that it's going to take Star Wars seriously, because I think a lot of the times, like I said, I think a lot of creators go into Star Wars and don't take it seriously to the detriment of it. I think it can be better when it's actually thought of to be another galaxy a long time ago, far away, and all those things.
I would like to see Star Wars done really well, and I'm hoping that this is going to fill that void for me.
Yeah, and I don't need fan service. Like, there's different levels of fan... I mean, you could say the fact that Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera and who knows who else is going to be in here could be fan service, right? But it's always automatically assumed that anytime you like bring in another character or something, it's fan service. But if it makes sense and fits the story, it's not automatically fan service, right? And I think that's kind of what he's saying here. We're not going to get, like in Rogue One, for example, when, Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan just randomly appear on Scarif. Like, it was like, oh, that's straight up in your face fan service for no reason whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Right, but the IMAX preview was made up of behind the scenes clips discussing the setting and the characters that are going to be part of this grittier Star Wars narrative, followed by a clip showcasing the conversation between Cassian and Luther that we've already seen, but I think it was expanded, if I can get that correctly.
Yeah.
Along with a subsequent action scene. So maybe that scene that I hinted that the picture I had showed like action in the same location. So I think maybe it's just an extension of that clip and their dealings get interrupted. And then they also showed the most recent trailer. One thing that was interesting is I found some story detail that I found was kind of cool. So Andor showcases the backstory of intelligence officer Cassian Andor, a former separatist who has humble beginnings as a thief for the Rebel Alliance in the years before he helps lead one of the most important missions in the Galactic Civil War, the theft of the Death Star plans. Elsewhere in the galaxy, Senator Mon Mothma begins an effort to clandestinely organize a network of various rebel cells under the nose of the Empire. So Cassian was a separatist as a child?
Well, he's been in this fight since he was 6 years old. I mean, it makes sense that he would be a separatist if he's more from kind of the Outer Rim worlds. And
I just found it was interesting because we don't see too many separatists, and we know that he did good work for the rebellion and what he ultimately will do.
There are heroes on both sides.
Yes, there are. I actually really applaud the fact of making him a separatist.
Well, it's always kind of been that sort of the separatists kind of became the foundation of the Rebel Alliance, so it makes sense.
Funny in a way because they were
fighting the Republic. Now they're fighting the Empire to bring back the Republic. But,
like, the Republic still beats this.
Yeah, anything's better than the Empire.
Right. Because they now have realized that going against the Empire, they can't be separatists. They can't still all do it alone. They have to work together.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next article today. Star Wars has now explained the real reason Anakin Skywalker hates sand.
And here I thought he explained it right in episode 2.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Oh, yes, irritating as well.
Like you, right now. Botching my quote in my article.
I did, yep.
Thanks. Awkward. But Star Wars comics, Darth Vader, number 26, reveals that Anakin's hatred of sand doesn't simply come from his life on a desert planet, but from a traumatic moment involving his mother and a near-death experience.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
So, 2002's Attack of the Clones, this line was kind of dismissed as a clumsy way to compliment Padme, and it became meme
fodder to the extreme.
Meme future is one of the most interesting lines we got going on in there.
It's said that that's one of the most interesting. You would think that would be like the line. There are
some others.
No, there is another or 10.
All right, so let's talk about what the comic had to say. In Vader 26, he kind of rides a makeshift pod racer through a sandstorm. Don't ask.
You'd have to be reading it, which I have, and yes.
I read this one.
Yes, you did. You need to catch up. You're trying to keep up with all the canon. It's not easy.
All right. The issue does a lot of flashback scenes to The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, but the most important flashback is of a scene that is not included in the films or in canon at all before now. Dun dun dun. Spoilers ahead. Sorry.
No, not really.
Before the events of the first film, Anakin finds himself in a terrible sandstorm just outside his home. He can't see his mother, Shmi Skywalker, anywhere, and he eventually reunites and promises he won't leave her. Which, as we know, he does leave her. But it's kind of a sad commentary on events yet to come, which is easy to do in a flashback, because you know the event that's going to be coming. I mean, the sandstorm could have separated him from his mother permanently forever. He may have never found her. She may have gotten lost herself. This was a traumatic experience for a child at his age, this sandstorm.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. It was. Traumatic. I mean, this could have later fueled his I don't like sand line, which is, it was an important event. He almost lost his only family because of a sandstorm. Do you wonder why he never returned to Tatooine until she was in danger? Maybe
because
that memory haunts him.
He wasn't allowed to. He would have gone back and saved her like the next day.
Because Anakin always follows the rules.
Well, sure, but in this case, he was still kind of having to follow the rules. He wasn't a Jedi Knight yet. He was still a Padawan, so a little harder to break the rules, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Darth Vader is defined by his pain and his suffering because that makes him stronger and stuff. Are they trying to make the sand meme not funny?
I don't know that
because now it's like, oh, is it traumatic now?
Well, as I said, the line explains itself. It explains why he hates sand, because it is. I mean, we can all relate. Anybody who's been to the beach or lives in a desert, I guess, can relate to sand does find a way to, sand finds a way to reach every crevice. And so
I like that he calls it both coarse and rough.
Well, he really wants to get his point across.
In case Padme doesn't know what one of those words means.
Yes, because she's clearly unintelligent. Yes, clearly the less smart of the two.
Wait, was he mansplaining sand to her?
Yeah, he mansplained sand.
Oh my gosh, I hate sand. Why? Oh, of course, it's rough and irritating. It gets ever. He mansplained sand.
Yeah,
wow.
Even though she was not from, but she went to Tatooine too. Like, she understands.
She's been to Tatooine.
She's been to a beach too, I think. Come on. Yeah.
Planet is full of lakes and stuff, and she's never been to a beach. Darn
They're
sand.
on a beach at that moment, I think. They're like on the shoreline. Come on. But no, I mean, it's one of the top memes of the prequels for sure. Maybe the top meme. I don't know.
It's a meme without meaning to be.
I almost feel like we need to rate the prequel memes. Which one is like the most memey? Yeah, that could be a fun kind of idea someday. But I don't know that we needed like a backstory as to why he hated sand beyond the reasons. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I get it.
Well, now think of the trauma when Padme fell out of the LAAT ship.
Yeah.
When they were on Geonosis, and she fell into the sand. Yeah. No wonder he was so upset.
Yeah, they show that.
I'm going to lose her in the sand.
They show that in the comic, implying like he was afraid she would be like buried in the sand.
She would be lost forever to him in the sand. The sand is all encompassing and destroys all. The sand is his greatest enemy. Why haven't the Jedi dealt with the sand yet? Sorry.
Screw the droid attack on the Wookiees. We got sand all over this galaxy.
Do you know there are planets made entirely of sand?
Sand everywhere. From one end to the other, it's all sand.
From my point of view, the sand is evil.
Well, then you are lost. Just like this video has become lost.
Sorry, everybody. I once again derailed it. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you derail it or do I?
Maybe I did a little bit.
I think we both just took this one way off.
A little tired.
Well, of course, and crashed into the sand.
Oy.
That was bad.
It was bad. You should apologize.
No, I'm not going to apologize.
Well, then you don't get to talk the rest of the video.
I think we're pretty much done anyway.
No, we're not.
Oh, we got more?
New this week.
Oh, my goodness.
No
one's ever going to make it that far. They're not going to get past the sand. Okay, new this week. I'm done.
On Wednesday, from Star Wars Marvel Comics, Obi-Wan Kenobi number 4. Because they're still writing those.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all from Star Wars this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan number 4.
But our etc. piece is growing.
Oh.
Thursday, She-Hulk episode 3. Woohoo!
Oh boy.
She-Hulk.
Yes.
It's just so good.
Is it though?
It could be better.
Yes. It could be the worst piece of MCU content to date. Let's be honest, most of it is, at least even most of the bad stuff is still decent, but this time it's just pretty bad so far.
But you should call the 1-800 number or whatever for fun.
Yes.
I'll put the poster up there on the screen for everybody. There's a phone number to call the law office of She-Hulk. You can actually call that number.
Yes.
It's like a minute and a half of listening enjoyment. Yeah.
Yes,
so
enjoyment.
Call She-Hulk for a consultation. All right, also on Thursday, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power premieres on Amazon. The first 2 episodes are coming up at 8 p.m. Central Time.
And we say Central Time because that's where we are.
Yeah, that's why we put everything in Central. Then if you're on one of the 2 ends, you just can figure it out.
Or in a different country altogether. We have a worldwide audience.
We do have people across the globe.
We do.
I don't.
We even know we have at least one in Sweden. I like to test him to see if he listens to the videos this long. If he'll make a comment.
Maybe. We'll see. But after this week, the time will revert. To, like, was it 11 p.m. Central Time, we said?
Yes. I like that.
Only this week that it's going to be on a couple hours
Amazon goes on East Coast time, which is really nice for anybody not for everybody else in the U.S. anyway, who is not in the Pacific time zone.
That's 6 p.m. Pacific. It's dinner time,
No, it's 8.
So, the first week for Pacific time, that's a pretty sweet time.
Like 6 o'clock, yeah.
6 o'clock and 8 o'clock for us and 9 o'clock for the East Coasters.
And don't forget 7 Mountain.
There's a mountain?
No one ever, I feel like no one ever discusses mountain time.
That's because nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Mountain
time zone, yeah.
I'm a mountain time.
No, goodness. What is happening to this week? It's Monday. We can tell we're gearing up for me Monday, I think.
Monday might be a little late this week, though.
Oh.
In hours, not in
days.
Not in days. Not me Monday on coming this Wednesday.
It's happened before. It'll happen again.
And on Sunday, House of the Dragon, episode 3 will come out.
We haven't reviewed episode 2. We watched it and we're both kind of like, not gonna do it tonight, I guess.
It'll come up tomorrow. I'm sorry, everybody. We'll get better.
Will we?
It'll be on Sunday next week.
It was. You were not feeling well last night, so we.
Not really. I'm still not 100%.
It's COVID.
I didn't sleep very well.
COVID. No, you've had a lot of trouble. Not that we want to bring our personal lives into it, but you have had a lot of trouble sleeping. So, and you were not feeling well. So I figured if you could sleep last night, go to bed. All right. Well, that is all we've got for you this time. If you've made it this far, you win the prize of having listened to us ramble much more than we needed to. Anyway,
it's bad when I join in your ramble.
I think you might have been worse than me. But anyway, take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of the few tidbits of news mixed into the ramble, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.